Welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. Well, we won't be talking about sports in this video, but I wanted to give a thanks to my subs on this last video. I didn't want to go out on that last video I made with Bill Russell and let that be my last video, really, because I didn't really say what I wanted to say in that video about, you know, this being my last video, and about, you know, I appreciate all my subs who supported my channel. And you know, my channel, I love my channel because it wasn't to go along with the script, guys. And when I first started this channel, I liked a lot of YouTubers out there, but what I found out was I thought we were here to tell the truth about the NBA and about life in general. Because if you don't tell the truth about life in general, then you're not telling the truth about the NBA. So I thought we were here, you know, to tell the truth about the NBA. But what I saw as I went on with a lot of guys that I like listening to, I'm not going to say all of them, but the majority of them, it just, these YouTubers in general out here talking about the NBA and talking about sports, that they're not here to tell the truth. They're just here to be like, you know, a little bit more edgier than what you would see on TV, right? You have your so-called, you know, edgy sports reporters and edgy people on TV, but they don't go all the way and tell the truth. And then you got, you know, these YouTubers who are supposed to be telling the truth, but, you know, they act like they're just a little bit edgier than the liars out there on these networks and stuff like that push the NBA or push sports in general. They're not going to tell the truth, folks. I mean, and the reason why they're not going to tell the truth about anything, the complete truth, is because, I don't know, I could say a lot of things that, you know, that should be said, but I'm going to just leave that out of it because we'll go down a whole different rabbit hole. But the fact is, they don't want to tell the complete truth about what's going on in the NBA because of those paychecks, folks. Those paychecks. They want those paychecks from YouTube, and they're not going to mess up those paychecks. That's all there is to it. I don't care what YouTuber you listen to. They'll go as far as they can go, and they know where they can go, you know, to make it look like, you know, they're really telling the truth about the, you know, NBA and sports in general. And what really made me go over the edge was when I first, I've always been that type of guy anyways. I've always lived in reality and not conform with the norm, because it's just mind-boggling to me right now. This is 2020, and the history that we've been sold and told to the world is all bullshit. That's been broke up decades ago about how the world really works. And, you know, we're not so much here to talk about that, but in relation to the NBA, I mean, give me a break, guys. We can see what they're doing in the NBA, how they're throwing these games, and the fact that, you know, these guys ain't making this kind of money. I mean, all these YouTubers, they know that, guys. They know these guys ain't making that kind of money. They just don't want to come out and say it. Just like they knew these guys were cheating and throwing games and all this stuff. I was saying it a long time ago, but they didn't want to come out and say it because, you know, they're doing this for money. They're doing it for money. They're all doing it for money. And when you do it for money, then you can't really come out and say nothing unless you get the cue. Unless you get the cue from, you know, Mazda. Unless you get the cue from the authorities to say, you know, this is what's happening. You know, not only, you know, throwing these games and betting on these games and, you know, a lot of stupid stuff that goes on, man. You know, we talk about this Kawhi thing that happened. It was all bullshit, man. You actually believe most of these guys are just pawns in the news, guys. Nothing never happens to these guys. Nothing. This is supposed to be a company. It's supposed to be a sport. It's supposed to be, you know, all this. And these guys never get in trouble, really. For the shit that they do, they should be put out of the league and banned. But Ballmer, he still nothing's happening to him, really. He still is the owner. Kawhi still is playing basketball. It's all bull crap, man. All the stuff that Ja Morant has did, he's still on the team, still playing. It's all whack, man. It's all whack. All the stuff that LeBron James has did, he's still playing basketball, investigated for, still, it's all whack, man. It's all just news. That's all it is. These guys will never get in trouble because they're part of the whole reality show, which is the NBA, that they don't have the players, they don't have the competitors to sell their NBA based on on-court greatness. And I told you guys before, in 2007, when LeBron James had the lowest rating finals of all time in the NBA finals, the chosen one, the king, the anointed one, all this stuff with the most expectations, guess what? '07, nobody wanted to watch this guy in the finals. The lowest rating finals. Yes, you could have the second, the third, the fifth, the eighth. This guy had the first against a team that was going for a dynasty, folks. I mean, are you kidding me? Can't blame it on the Spurs. You can't blame it on the Spurs, okay? They did have the lowest ratings. I think that was against the Pistons or the Nets or something like that. Probably the Nets. But you can't have the lower ratings than that, LeBron James. But reality was nobody cared about this guy back then. The bullshit story that they're trying to tell you now, that people really cared about this guy back then, it's crazy. That's, you know what's so crazy about that is? That's all they got. When nobody wanted to see this guy in '07, and now they have to lie about, this guy being whatever when he first came in. This is this guy's 4th year. When they have to lie about this is all they got. They don't have nothing, folks. They don't. Us that grew up watching the NBA, they don't have nothing. So, anyways, yeah, man, I just don't feel like I'm gonna be able to wake up every morning screaming, frustrated about a rigged ass game, guys. A rigged ass game that the players don't care about, the owner. Who tells you all this stuff? Me. Do you hear any other YouTubers saying anything I say? No, because they're in it for the money, folks. They're in it for the. They can't wake up every morning and complain about these players getting better, wanting to play for the love, wanting to play defense, wanting to stop saying stupid stuff. When the owners and the Players Association, this is what they agree on the players to do: podcast, flop, don't play deep, all this stuff that all your YouTubers are gonna get up every morning and cry about the NBA. And I did too. I'm not just trying to say single me out. Just cry about LeBron James. All this stuff, they're gonna get up and use all their energy on something that's rigged and fixed. And I'm not talking about the games, actually the score, who wins, stuff like that. I'm talking about the way these guys act, the way these guys play, the way the game is played. I mean, you can't get mad at that. This is what the Players Association and the owners come up with every single year. If they want them to travel and carry, that's what they come up with, folks. So if they want them to fake injuries and all this stuff, that's what they're going to come up with every single year. And that's what they do, man. That's what they do. Bro, you just going to go back to a game where you think, all this stuff is happening because these guys get injured because of it, because none of these YouTubers is going to tell you none of this stuff. They're going to go along with the script to get some money in their pocket. Yes, they might say some edgy stuff once in a while, but that's it. They're not going to go as far as what I say. I'm right on the money. I've been right on the money the whole damn time. And like I said, what made me want to go over the edge and tell the complete truth is when YouTube, I didn't know I could be monetized in the first place. But I got to up to a certain amount of subs, and then YouTube said, oh, you're close to monetization. I'm like, really? So I put out a video on ESPN, told you about, I got this out a million times, about the Skip Bayless in the, who is it? Shannon Sharp beef was fake because they weren't getting the views. So, of course, they made a fake beef on the way out because they were going to cancel the show and bring, Shannon Sharp over to First Take. And they started fake beef between Max and Stephen A. Smith to get Max over there to the Jay Will and the Keyshawn show because that was tanking because Zuna sucked as a narrator. So, man, after that video, I'm talking about YouTube hit me hard. Because they don't want no real truth out there like that in the sports arena. But I should have known, folks. I should have known when, what everybody was about. A lot of these guys, when they start following Dreamers Pro. And I was like, man, this dude's every other video is about ESPN. So I'm like, man, this guy is nothing but an ESPN, Fox Sports informant. And he works for them. You can't talk shit about them and say, oh, yeah, Stephen A. Smith is this, ESPN is that, Fox this, and Nick Wright. But you promote them every other damn video. How does that work, folks? How does that work? So just for that, all of a sudden, this guy has 100K subs to 200K subs just for sitting at a desk, and every other video is about what ESPN and Fox Sports is saying on their show. 200 subs just for that, folks. That's insane. That gets you, he ain't showing no video footage. He ain't really breaking down no numbers. He's just sitting there looking like a damn fool and saying, it ain't saying nothing more or interesting than anybody else. Really? And he got the scoop on everything just about before anybody else gets it. You really believe that, folks? Come on, man. you can't believe you can't even believe who most of these YouTubers are out here. You gotta remember, a lot of these YouTubers, they work for sports networks behind the scenes as writers, as editors, as camera people, as this and that. Just like you got a lot of people, from Hollywood now doing AI videos. And they're making a lot of money. They're doing AI videos now. So I'm not trying to hate. If that's what you do, that's what you do. But I'm just telling you, when I seen people supporting Dreamers Pro like that, a lot of these dudes will support Dreamers Pro, not because he about shit and his channel ain't about nothing, but just so they can get his subs to come over to their channel, their platform. That's it. That's why they support him. The ESPN Disney worker. That's it, folks. That's it. That's all he is. And people actually support this guy. He don't really break down no numbers, really tell you any NBA history, tell you anything. He just sits there and googogs over what they said on ESPN and Fox Sports. A network who has zero credibility. Zero credibility, folks. That's his channel. But he's been rewarded all those subs by ESPN and Fox for being an employee. That's pretty crazy. And nobody can't say nothing no different. And look, another thing before I go out, a lot of people, when after they supported Johnny Arnett, a lot of these channels, I was shocked, man. I was shocked that they really could call themselves Michael Jordan fans. I'm trying to tell you, it's just a lot of guys out here for paychecks, man. They don't really care about the NBA. They just come out here and be characters, and that's it. They're characters. They're characters. Characters, actors. That's it, folks. So when I seen people still supporting Johnny Arnett, people who have platforms, I was shocked. Because this guy went out and pissed all over Michael Jordan's legacy for that dude that worked for Yahoo. They're talking about, they gave Jordan all those extra stats or whatever like that. We all know, right? It was this fool right here. He went out before anybody seen the videos and put the videos out, folks. And we're still waiting for the LeBron James videos that he promised. They're nowhere to be found. And I ain't gonna say no names. Like I said, these people who support Johnny Arnett, these people who have platforms, I was shocked because they done been on they done been with Johnny Arnett on lives and all this. I'm just shocked, man. It just how can you be? I know Johnny Arnett, he ain't a coach. All these. I've already said this, guys. This guy is not no Kobe Bryant fan. You will go out and do clutch work. Clutch that literally has destroyed Kobe Bryant's image. You will go out and do clutch work against Michael Jordan. This so-called biggest Kobe Bryant fan. Johnny Arnett. Really? We know you ain't no Michael Jordan fan because you did that. But a Kobe Bryant fan would not do clutch work. I'm just trying. And then the people, and like I said, these YouTubers had the nerve to sit up there and still support this guy. I don't understand. They call themselves Michael Jordan fans. No. That's why I said I can't get behind a lot of these dudes, man. Let me know what's going on here. And me as a Michael Jordan fan, I know how to separate Michael Jordan from basketball and Michael Jordan from real life. And I'm the only one, because I'm not doing this for money, that held Michael Jordan's feet to the fire when I said nobody wants to hear you, Mike. Nobody wants to hear you talk about NBA basketball when you was an owner and you were collecting checks all these years, and these guys traveled, carried, load managed, flopped, didn't compete. All the rules were getting changed. You brought in all these international players to make it a weak ass game. Mike was there. Mike, we don't care about you coming back now. The game is done. And then you come back AI style. And these fools on these platforms really pushing this like it ain't AI. This is how you know they're agents. That's how you know they're agents. They're there for a paycheck. They weren't there when it's obvious that Michael Jordan is AI on NBC. You won't even do it. How would you even do it? That wouldn't even make any sense. The money you're making to not even be in a studio or really talk about the NBA in general, you then do a pre-recorded? What the hell is that? And then, we all know it's AI. It's a joke. It's a joke. So I know these ain't Michael Jordan fans, because a Michael Jordan fan like me will hold his feet to the fire and tell the truth. Now everything this AI Jordan says, they run back. Mike said this. Mike said that. Mike did it. They don't care, man. They're still low managing. They're still flopping, carrying, ain't playing no defense. Okay? They don't care about Mike. So a whole different game. You done went into 3 different games since you retired from the Bulls. You got the 2000s, the 2010s, and now it's the 2020s game. 3 different styles of game, okay? It ain't coming back. And like I told you guys before, the reason why the NBA is like it is because Michael Jordan and all these fools from the, from the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, whatever, they had a chance to nip this shit in the bud in the late 2010s when this fake GOAT debate came out, and they were pissing, yes, the analysts in the media. And then we got into the ex-players of the 2020, of the 2000s, the 10s, in the 2020s, pissing on the 80s, 90s, 70s, 60s legacy. So all these guys had to do was come out and tell the truth and nip this shit in the bud about LeBron James. This guy was 3-4 at the time, and then went to 3-6, and these guys still won't stand up and say nothing. These past era guys, okay? So really, it's not LeBron James' fault in the media why the NBA is trash. He does what he does, and whatever. It's these guys' fault. And like I said, here we are. You want us to wake up every morning and defend the NBA and defend this and that, but these dudes ain't even defending their legacy. Ain't even defending their legacy. They got us out here defending their legacy and won't even give us no help. That's crazy. That's crazy. LeBron James in the media, whatever, they'll have the backs of their fans, the LeBron James fans. The media got their back, and LeBron James got their back. But Michael Jordan ain't got our back. The past era guys, 90s, 80s, 70s, they ain't got our backs. How does that work? And that's what I'm saying, man. It's madness to wake up every morning and try to defend this stuff. Now you had the whole thing to where you thought it was going to change. Now it's on NBC. It's not changing. You got Reggie Miller on there lying. He's already lying. And this is a guy from the 90s. I think he got drafted, what did he get drafted in the late 80s? 80s to 90s. It's like, that's what I'm saying. Go look at how much money these guys made. I don't care what era it is. Even the 90s. And they all have to retire and run for a job after making tens of millions of dollars and hundreds of millions of dollars. They have to run to go get a job, folks. Somebody gave you tens of millions and hundreds of millions. You think you have to run to go get a job? That's like, you always say, man, if I hit the lottery, man, I'll retire, and I'll do. Not them. They hit the lottery supposedly, and they still have to work. Because the money they make is for entertainment purposes only. And I'm not trying to say they don't make millions. I'm just trying to say they don't make those contracts we were stolen. To me, I think all those contracts is based on the way they move. It's just a value, so they can raise the prices all the time. That's why they tell you how much they make. What's the sense of us knowing how much they make? So they can raise the prices. That's it. So they can raise the prices. $50 for a bag of popcorn, $20 for a hot dog, $800 for parking. I'm just being crazy, but the outrageous rates when you go to watch a game. That's what it is, folks. Running to Go podcast. As soon as they knew they could make money podcasting, all them NBA players ran up on it. All these ex-NBA players, they ran up on it. Because what they do was, all they need somebody to do is pay somebody for the AI program, and they're good to go. They don't even have to be there, folks. All AI needs is an image of their face, and boom, you got a podcast. You don't have to worry about mumbling and fumbling and all this editing, all this stuff. These dudes got money. So all they did was run to, get a podcast because they don't have the money we were told. Of course, it's a tricky thing, man. Because we haven't been told to think with any common sense. And then all these YouTubers, they're scared to say these things because they don't want to mess up their money. Everything's about money. It's not about the truth. It's not about reality. It's about money. You live in the world of commerce. That's where you, when you walk outside your door, what do you see? Business, 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 even school business. Teachers get paid. You go to work. Everything you do, you pay your house. You pay for some shoes. You pay everything to pay to get the park. Even if it's $3 to park your car. You live in the world of commerce, folks. Wherever you think you live, Jesus world, this world, that world, you live in the world of commerce. They want money when you go to church. You live in the world of commerce. That's it. No matter what country you go to, you live in the world of commerce. That little piece of land over there, ain't nobody on it. Oh, you just want to go live on it? No, you can't, because you live in the world of commerce. They already claimed it. Government, whoever. You live in the world of commerce. What the dumb stories we tell our children when we're little, that's why they are like they are. We should be raising our kids to tell them where they live. They live in the world of commerce. That's it. You pay to be born. You pay everything. Pay to die. You live in the world of commerce. Everything is about money. So with that being said, you're not going to get any truth out of people who's doing this for money. Well, let me say this. You're not going to get any full truth. You always get half truth just to keep you coming back. And that's about anything in this world. They'll tell you the half truth to keep you coming back. Because if you know the full truth, you'll be set free. The truth will set you free. Not the half truth. The truth will set you free. And the truth is ugly. A lie is beautiful. It feels good. Give me some more of it. The truth is ugly. Get it away from me. I don't want none of that. So again, people will tell you half truths to keep you coming back. And again, the truth about these players, these NBA players, they do whatever they can to make money because they're not making this so-called money. We've been told. I'm not here to talk about no scores or what happened last night. None of that. I'm here to tell you about reality. That's it. And, you know, this is my last video. And again, I thought, you know, when I'm listening to, you know, a lot of guys that I like, I really thought they were here to tell the truth, folks, but they're not. They're here to put on a character, an image, and, you know, no things like that, because nobody wants the truth. The truth is ugly. It's ugly. It's no fun. So, and the truth is, we can't. I can't. I know they can because they need money. I make pretty good money at my job. So, you know, maybe these guys don't, and they got to get up and put on a facade, put on a character, and tell half truths about the NBA. And that's what they're going to continue to. They're not going to tell the truth about the NBA. And the thing is, even if you just want to, you know, wake up and, you know, talk about the NBA on a daily basis for what it is, and you're not going to criticize the players, you're not going to criticize the league and stuff like that, okay, that's fine. I mean, it would be hard for me to do it because I didn't grow up watching NBA in its era. So to me, you know, this would be, you know, for somebody to have a platform about the NBA that maybe grew up, you know, watching the NBA in the 2010s into the 2020s, because all us old heads, it drives us crazy. So you're going to have to get up every morning and try to tell half truths and act like you're mad about what's going on in the NBA and be a critic and criticize these people about what's going on. And these old heads are getting sick. It will literally going to make you sick. Your life is going to go by faster. You're going to be physically sick, mentally sick, spending all your time on something that's fixed and rigged. And I ain't talking about the outcome. I'm talking about these fake injuries and all this stuff. In the way they play. So you're going to get up every morning screaming. I can't do that, man. I can, but I'm going to tell the truth about it. These guys can't even tell the truth about it. They just get up lecturing these guys, and they won't tell the truth. If they told the damn truth, maybe you would know. Maybe you would know. But again, they're out for the paychecks. They're not here to tell the complete truth. The only half truth they're going to tell about the NBA is that they get the signal. That's it. They get the green light by boss to say these things. It's got to come out. That's about it. That's about it. And, the more you talk about LeBron James, the more money you're going to make. They already got that thing set up, man. LeBron James is the biggest scripted puppet in sports history. I've never seen nothing like it. This guy has the biggest script of all time. If he couldn't get up there with Michael Jordan, Kobe, Bird, all these great guys, they put this guy on a script. A loser script. To do it wrong, to say a whole bunch of, wow, incredible, guys. Everything he's been doing has been scripted since the 2000s by the NBA. Because the NBA decided to run their league based on a 95% soap opera instead of on-court greatness. And I told you that, to me, that goes back to 2007. When nobody want to see that guy play in the finals. They shit their pants. Like, what are we going to do? Okay, we give him a script. Just to say a whole bunch of stupid stuff isn't the rest of his career. And you saw it with the decision. Okay? That's all. And then a lot of the other things became scripted. In the NBA as well, man. It's just crazy, man. Yeah, I'm trying to get up my other channel. Slavery was a lie. The way it was told. I'm not trying to say slavery was a lie. I'm saying the way it was told, okay? That's it. I'm trying to get up my other channel and get back into reality. The NBA is not reality, folks. It's not. And like I said, I thank all you subs who watch my channel. And, if you guys think I said something bad about Bill Russell, I didn't in the Celtics. I try to put this guy in his proper, place, because these people have overrated him. He's not overrated, but they have overrated him when we look at all the evidence. And it was so much evidence, I couldn't even believe it. It gave me a headache trying to just do the whole thing. It's like fucking, almost like doing an exam or something like that and study and blah, blah, blah. It really messed me up. So I just put Bill Russell in his proper place. To me, he's not top 25 when I got done with all the information. He's just not. I don't care where you want to, like one dude said, he said, man, I got Bill Russell or Wilt Chamberlain in my top 10. And I said, that's fine. It wasn't that Bill Russell was somebody's top 3 or number 1, wherever you put Bill Russell. It was the fact that they was shitting and pissing all over Wilt Chamberlain time and time again. And then saying Bill Russell is Bill Russell. I was like, no, hell no. So let's go do the background. And if you think Wilt Chamberlain's background was not that of a top 10 player, you need to re-examine Bill Russell. To me, he's not even top 25 now. And I had him at number 4 before all that. So that's just what it is. But yeah, guys, I'll end up posting on my channel. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep doing it. I did a lot of posts yesterday, but I'll post here and there on my channel. But I'm not gonna make any more videos. The NBA is what it is, man. It's the same thing every single night. As far as the drama, as far as the fake this, the fake that, and it's the same thing. The NBA ain't gonna change. They don't have the men like they did in the past. They don't have the competitors. And like I said, they're changing the whole game for Europe, because they don't still all the international players over there. You heard about that? Those international people. Those people watch basketball in the Euro League. They're pissed off that we keep stealing all the good players. So now we're trying to do them a favor and have the top 5 or a whole bunch of international players go back to Europe in the summertime, destroy themselves after they done destroyed themselves playing a whole full season in the NBA. Go back over there and play over there, then come back to the NBA, and now we're about to have a Euro League in the damn NBA. So the NBA is cooked, man. The NBA is cooked. The NBA is cooked. And all you can do really is criticize the game. Who wants to get up and criticize a game that you love? I just won't support it like that. The only people going to do that is people who are insane or in it for the money. In it for the money. And that's what these dudes are in. They're in it for the money. They're not here to really tell you the real truth about the NBA. They're there to collect the paycheck. by promoting the NBA. That's another thing. Like I said, the NBA don't have to promote itself because you have all these platforms promoting the NBA. These international players don't have to promote the NBA because they have YouTubers promoting the NBA. So they get a free promotion from these YouTubers. It's just crazy. So, again, guys, thanks for supporting my channel. But we're going to move on to reality. This is real life out here, folks. We're going through a lot of stuff and in our lives and, our family and just humans in general. The NBA is not that important. It wouldn't even be that important if it was on the up and up. But it's not even on the up and up. It's on the down and down. So, yeah, thanks for supporting my channel. The people who supported it, because my channel was shadow banned to death. You should have saw how fast my channel grew. It grew really fast. But as soon as, I started talking real truth, it got shadow banned to death. And then before you know it, the YouTubers that gave me shout outs, they didn't want to give me no shout out no more because I wasn't conforming with the norm and being sheep like a lot of them. So a lot of them just hated on me, and then a lot of them, they didn't want to be associated with me because of YouTube. They didn't want to get in trouble by YouTube. So, yeah, guys, take it easy. Let me know if you have any questions.